Back to iTeam 8 and the question surrounding a Muncie house.
Yeah, one family has been living there for a year, renting it even though the city has declared it unsafe. And now they're being evicted by the owner, who has a history of unsafe properties. iTeam 8's Richard Essex explains.
There's an eviction moratorium in place in Indiana until the end of July. It's supposed to keep landlords from evicting tenants that have suffered a job loss during the pandemic, but there are exceptions.
Cindy Crawley sits on her front porch with a stack of legal papers resting on her lap. Crawley says that she and her husband moved into this Muncie house on the 4th of July in 2020. The house doesn't have a working furnace or air conditioning system, and according to the Muncie Building Commissioner's Office, the house has been listed as unsafe for 8 years.
And we went all winter without heat, as did the previous tenants. I tried to get them over here too. Nothing's been fixed. We got drywall missing from the ceilings. The porch is getting ready to cave in.
The owner of the house is Evelyn Pierre. I tried to ask her what her plans are for making repairs. She refused to answer my questions and drove off without saying a word. The Muncie Building Commissioner's Office told iTeam 8 that Pierre has 4 other properties listed as unsafe, although it's unclear if anyone actually lives in those houses.
We got to go, like I said, to the court with the building commissioner here in Muncie, because they're going to court to have this house torn down because it is unsafe.
Last winter, Crawley says her electric bill was close to $1,000 a month. She and her husband are on a fixed income and had to make a choice: stop paying rent or go without food and heat. They chose to not pay rent. By June of this year, the couple owed their landlord $6,000 in back rent. She says the landlord would not accept rent assistance from the trustee's office or COVID-19 rental assistance. She says they demanded cash. On July 1st, Crawley and her husband were evicted, and their belongings were put out on the street. According to court records, the pandemic eviction moratorium had partially insulated Crawley and her husband from being evicted months ago. We have not shown you the inside of this house until now. Inside, Crawley had at least 15 cats and 1 dog. Yes, there are significant code violations. Drywall is missing from the ceiling. Pipes are leaking, exposed electrical outlets. The kitchen cabinets are falling off the wall, added to a non-functioning HVAC system. Cats were on every surface, and one had found refuge in the ceiling. Crawley says the cats were not an issue to her eviction. However, the health department and animal control both have open cases listed on this property. She told me a raccoon attacked and killed one of her kittens through a hole in the kitchen floor.
The health department and the animal shelter has cases against this property now as well. That's one of the reasons why we're modifying it to a demo order.
On Thursday, the Muncie Building Commissioner's Office will hold a hearing to have the house demolished. The office says that they have a huge list of properties that are considered unsafe or have been ordered demolished. This house on 8th Street is likely going to be ordered demolished.
Hopefully the tenants will be out before then, and we can get the owners to take extreme measure, whether that's to completely rehab it or demo it, or the city will take care of it.
And that could take years to happen, and there is nothing to keep the landlord from renting that very house to someone else in the meantime. In Indianapolis, Richard Essex, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.